Hello everybody, I'm Dane Boer with Costa Mesa Television.
And I'm Steve Beasley, President and CEO of the OC Fair. We want to welcome you to the first full episode of the brand new show called At the Fair.
You've waited all year for this, and now it's here. The Orange County Fair is in full swing, and Steve, you've got to be excited.
Yeah, we are. The fair is opened with a bang. We have record crowds coming out. Everybody is very excited, having a great time, and that's a great thing to see.
This year's theme is Let's Eat. Tell us, Steve, how did you guys came up with that idea?
Well, you know, eating is kind of one of our greatest traditions in life, whether it be Thanksgiving or Christmas. We eat, dine, we feast, and we thought that would be something that is very popular at the fair too, and therefore would be a call to action that everybody could get behind. So we say, come on, let's eat.
You know, everyone has a lot of fun with the fried food at the fair, but the fair is not just fried food.
No, it's not. We have fruits and vegetables, and we have corn, and we have turkey legs. So while the deep fried Kool-Aid is very popular and very fun, you can get a nutritious, healthy meal here at the fair.
And speaking of fun, one of the features we're going to have on every episode of this show is called Backstage with Steve, and I know we're both excited about it.
Yeah, we're going to give everybody a chance to see things that they wouldn't normally see, go places in the fair they wouldn't normally be able to go. We're truly going to take you backstage to see things from a bird's eye view and how the fair operates day to day.
I look forward to all of those episodes, so let's take a look at the first one as we go backstage with Steve. Backstage with Steve.
Good afternoon. We're in the Pac Amp here, and although it's a little bit quiet right now, several hours from now the lights will come up, the band will play, and this place is going to be filled with 8,500 people who have come to see the concert for that evening. But you know, a lot takes place before the band goes on stage. All kinds of things that people may not see, but prepares everybody for the night show. I want to introduce you to somebody. Remember the Wizard of Oz, where at the end they pulled back the curtain and there was the wizard? I want to introduce you to the Wizard of Pac Am, a guy who handles everything from soup to nuts and makes sure that everybody has a good time that night, all the way from when the band gets here in the morning to the people come in the venue. His name is Ray Woodberry, and I want to introduce you to him right now, okay? Ray. Everybody, this is Ray Woodberry. He is the production manager for the Pacific Amphitheater. He's done numerous tours all over the United States, but we grab him every summer off the road and we put him right here in Pac Amp for the 5 weeks of the fair. Ray is a consummate pro, and he makes everything happen in this venue. So Ray, welcome, first of all.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to ask you a question, Ray, because this is something that our viewers will be interested in. When the viewers come in, they see the concert and they see the lights up and everything, but take us through a day, kind of what happens all the way from morning to the artist going on stage.
Well, morning time, everyone loads in, and sort of is a similar scene to what's happening right now. Guys are setting up the band gear. Our local crew greets them and helps them out with whatever their needs are. They bring their gear in, they start setting it up, they integrate together, and eventually we get to a point where we can start to sound check the show and make sure that during the middle of the day that everything's working right, so that when the public's here, they get a perfectly...
What time's typically sound check? I mean, we may hear it somewhere around out in the fair, but what time does sound check happen generally?
We start making noise somewhere around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then the band usually hits the stage around 3, maybe 3:30 for an hour or two, and they play. And that's where that one
Yeah,
works.
and then doors open about 6 or 6:30, and we start letting the audience in, and that's kind of when the show unofficially starts, as we start letting people in the in the venue, right? But I assume, as much as might go on during the day, I assume there's a lot that goes on before the band ever gets here. Like, by the time we book the band, there's a lot to do between the booking and them actually showing up on that day, true?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a lot of the work, is all the preparation work, knowing when the band's going to show up, what they're bringing, how big their crew is, so we can feed them, and what their needs are, basically production-wise. There's a ton of production in here, sound, lights, video.
How do you do that? Is that a series of phone calls, or what do you do to talk to the tour manager that may be coming in?
Yeah, we find out whoever happens to be doing the tour, production-wise and tour management-wise, and I end up having phone conversations and probably 50 emails.
Wow.
between the two of us, just arranging everything so everything's right. Some shows are easier to advance than others, but some are more difficult. But mainly, you just do the work that needs to get done in order for the show to run smoothly.
So you're talking to the tour manager when they may be in 3 or 4 cities before they ever get to Costa Mesa.
Yeah, I was just talking to somebody in London yesterday. So.
Oh, and it's on their way to play here, right?
Exactly.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so the show, everything really starts long before they hit Costa Mesa here.
Months. Yep.
Okay, I got a question for you, and I've been asked this question 1,000 times, and I've never once been able to answer it well, but I'm sure you're going to be able to. We always talk about artist riders and what they want and what they request and these crazy things. So for our riders here at Pack Camp, what has been one of the most outrageous things that has ever been asked for in a rider? And if you can say the band, even better.
Generally, it has to do with getting personnel to come and perform on stage with them. That's part of a rider that's a little tough, right?
So, okay.
And in the dressing room, some people go pretty elaborate with what they want, champagne and certain things that.
Are we the green M&M stuff? Is there any stuff like that that our viewers really would say, you know what, that band's a little bit quirky because they asked for sardines or something like that?
Well, there is a lot of, I will say this, there's a lot of health conscious people on the road that there's a lot of vegan, a lot of healthy food that they request because they're on the road for 9 months a year and they try to eat well and stay healthy. And I'll be honest with you, that whole green M&M thing is gone with the 80s, to be honest.
So what you're saying also is maybe some of the excesses of rock and roll are gone too in favor of more
trainers
healthy eating. Yeah,
trainers and things like that on the road.
So some of the stereotypes may be gone as well in favor of these are working bands that have diets as well, right?
Absolutely.
Oh wow, okay. I was hoping he wasn't going to say something outrageous that somebody asked for and we actually granted it because we couldn't put that on camera. So I think he still is withholding. Okay, Ray, thank you very much for showing up today.
My pleasure.
Hey, if you come to a show at Pack Camp, realize that it starts early morning of that day and really doesn't even end after the show because all these guys have to break down this equipment, put it back on the truck so the artist can go to the next venue, wherever that might be up the road. So you may see the show itself, but you should always understand that behind the scenes, thousands of things have to happen before the band hit the stage. Okay, this is Steve Beasley with Backstage with Steve. Thanks for joining us.
Backstage with Steve. That was really cool, and I must admit that I always personally look forward to the summer concert series and catching at least one act at the Pacific Amphitheater, but as most people know, the Pack Amp is not the only venue here at the OC Fair and Event Center.
No, we have several venues with several different types of genres of music and types of entertainment. We have the Hangar Building, which features tribute bands every night. We have the Action Sports Arena, which has motorsports and all kinds of different variety of acts. We have the Plaza Art Stage, which has the Peking Acrobats and ever popular Hypnotists. Again, there really is something for everybody. So look through our calendar of events and pick something that you want to come see.
Plenty of venues here at the fair. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's on the schedule this week at the fair. The Pacific Amphitheater truly has something for everybody this week, as the first full week lineup of the summer concert series features music from the past 6 decades, from the Fab Four and Jumpin' Jack Flash to Big Time Rush and Selena Gomez. In the Hangar, it's a great lineup of tribute bands, including tributes to Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Aerosmith, Van Halen, and David Bowie. And on Friday, it's the tribute to No Doubt, one of Orange County's favorite homegrown bands. And in the Action Sports Arena, saddle up for some full contact entertainment as Extreme Rodeo and Bull Riding are featured 2 nights each. The inaugural OC Fair Chef Series kicks off Thursday with the Ace of Cakes. Duff Goldman is in the Hangar at 1:30 p.m. And of course, every day is a special promo day at the OC Fair. This week's We Care Wednesday is a food drive. 1 free admission and 1 carnival ride per person with the donation of 5 non-perishable food items. And don't forget the midweek carnival promotions every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Plus super passes, good for daily admission, are still available. Well, Steve, Obviously a busy first week here at the fair.
Yeah, but so much fair in front of us, so much to go. Another 3.5 to 4 weeks of entertainment, rides, food, games, everything. So we encourage you to come out as often as you can.
And of course, every week we'll have a new show to keep you current with what's going on.
Yeah, so all of you, gather up your friends and family and come on and see us
At the fair.